Thank you, Gio. So this is Dr. Rob with you here, and since it's almost summertime, which means we're taking off our winter coats and we're going to shed those extra pounds because we're going to get ready for the beach season. So everyone wants to fit into their swimsuits, right? So, so a lot of people are going to be trying some crazy diets out there, I'm sure. So what we want to talk about today is we want to go over two parts here. We want to talk about how to have pain-free weight loss. Okay, and that's key, is pain-free, because anytime you start changing your diet, it's very psychological. And that's the biggest place where it hits people because it's more of a habit. And so I don't know if you ever had that situation where you just ended up at the refrigerator. You don't know why you're at the refrigerator, but you opened up the refrigerator and you're sitting there and you're looking, staring, that dead blank stare, and you're just going, oh, what am I doing here? So it's just that it's so habitual to go to that refrigerator and just grab things and start eating. But what we want to talk about right now is just want to talk about, to start off, is talk about the most optimal, best food that you can base your diet around. Because if you look at what the USDA recommends, they recommend at the base of the pyramids that you should have, majority of your food should come from bread, cereals, rice, and pastas. Now, if you look at it, just the studies, the food studies on what nutritionally contents, because what we're looking at is we want to have high nutrients per calorie ratio. So you look at white sugar would have very high calories with low nutrient contents in it, so it would lead to poor health. So what we want to do is we want to have high nutrient per calorie content to equal health. And so what I want to talk about, what is the most nutritionally dense food that we can have and what we can eat? So so if you look at it, there's a nutritional density outline in Dr. Furman's book. It's called Eat to Live. And the most nutritionally dense food that you can have is raw, green, leafy vegetables. So that would be at your top of the list. So if you want to lose weight, the more greens you eat, the more weight you lose. So think of that principle right there. So opposed to now, if we match it here, is that they're putting vegetables at more of the 2 to 3 servings here. So if you look at down here at the breads and cereals, on that list, whole grains, if you look at most nutritionally dense would be the green leafy vegetables, well, that's at 100. You look at cereals and breads and pastas, that's down at 22. So you're looking at it's more closer to much closer to a junk food, and real low on the nutritional calorie ratio compared to the green leafy vegetables. So the type of diet that you want to start your base off with would have down here be vegetables, raw, green leafy, or you can have some steamed vegetables. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over in the next meeting next week. We're going to talk about more of the specific diet on how you can have pain-free weight loss and lose up to about 16 pounds without much pain or agony during that time during the first month. So we'll wait for next week, and you'll get all that information. Have a great week.